Dear Twin Flame souls out there, welcome to the Twin Flame Awakening podcast, and today is an episode number 36. And today we will dive into details about 1111. Is 1111 only twin flame number? Is 1111 some kind of other sign? Is 1111 communication with your twin flame? Or is 1111 more than just for the twin flames? I'd like to say that today's episode is going to be a little bit different in terms of not focusing only on twin flames. And the reason for that is that we all can have our spiritual awakening in one way or another. Twin flames are the triggers for our spiritual awakening, and whether we like it or not, it is the journey. It's not the love story. And I know many of you have been on this journey and always missing their twin flame and want to be with their twin flame. And today's episode, I'm also going to explain about it, how you can speed up. And actually there is no speeding up. There is no time and space. I always speak about it. There are steps that needs to be completed before coming to a union with your twin flame. So in today's episode, we are going to cover two things. What is 1111? Why you keep on seeing it? What the universe, or what is this number trying to tell you? And how this number is going to change in over time. For example, you keep on seeing 1111, but then 1111 disappears and you start seeing 222, 333, 444, and so on and so on. There's a reason behind it, and I've spoken about this in my previous episodes, and today we really dive into detail of 1111. Please, please remind that there are a lot of numbers, and these numbers have meaning. There are a lot of other signs, so that's why I say when you become your higher self, you master the language of the universe, and you will master the energy, and that's where the magic starts to happen. I truly don't believe that you could have anything in this world until you have changed your vibration, until you have mastered the language of the universe. And in that moment, there is a possibility for you to be with your twin flame and also serve the mission. But if we do not follow these steps, it's very unlikely to happen. This episode can be also a little bit triggering for you, because I might tell you some kind of truth you don't like hearing. And that's okay. Truth is not always something we would like to hear or know or, accept. Sometimes difficult to accept. But I've seen with my clients and with the people I work with, and in myself included, that until somebody is not going to shake us up and tell us listen, if you're not doing this, it's not going to happen. It simply will be like a loop. You keep on being in the same energy loop, you keep on having the same experiences, you keep on running into the same people, you keep on having the same experiences all over and all over again. Well, Twin Flame Awakening is here to serve you in your highest good, in your best self. And if you keep on being in a loop and not taking an action, it will take a lot longer than you were experiencing. And again, I can say that all based on what I've been through and what I've experienced. So let's dive into, and I'm going to say to you, because I've spoken a lot on my podcast, those who are my followers, thank you so much. Honestly, thank you so much for supporting my channel, supporting the journey. Your views, your likes, your comments are like my daily dose of happiness and connection. I really feel how I connect with you. So if you're new here, welcome. I hope this podcast today will give you an overview. This podcast is all about discussing, discovering, and just taking one step at a time. So come here for an hour. You'll be entertained by just the number 1111. So I will now go in and start telling you. Let's say, and now I'm bringing two examples because I actually shift from here and I'm going to be starting from a different thing. What is the number 1111? Is it the twin flame number? Because many of you who are on this journey, they keep on seeing the 1111 and they think it's their twin flame who is communicating with them. Or it's a sign that yes, you are on a twin flame journey. Here I'm about to say to you that 1111 is not a sign of twin flames. And now you'll be like, what? I keep on seeing the 1111 and I know I'm on the twin flame journey, but how is it not a twin flame journey or the sign? 1111 is a sign of awakening. It's a sign where your life is going to be changed, and it's a calling from the universe. Calling that now you need to make a shift. You need to shift your energy. That's why when you see 1111, like, look at your thoughts, look at your energy, what type of energy you are in. Because from there on, you create your reality. What happens to many of us is that prior meeting to your twin flame, you start seeing 1111. Again, it doesn't mean for everyone that when you see 1111, you're going to meet your twin flame. 1111 is your calling for your higher purpose, to become your higher self. If you happen to run into the twin flame, know that you are very, very powerful. Your soul has two powerful energies, and for that reason, now you aligned, your soul aligned, you had a chance of meeting in 3D, and that's where it all starts. 1111 you can see also when you're just having your spiritual awakening without meeting your twin flame. So 1111 is not exactly twin flame's number, but they are together, which means is that when you have arrived to your twin flame journey, I can bring in my own example. I've spoken about this before, but I'm going to repeat again because I know I have new listeners and I have some new stories. Before I did my soul realignment, on January 2022. And I felt really good about it, and I felt I'm aligning with my soul, and everything was amazing. Right after I had done my soul realignment, and I'm just going to say it here, if somebody is very interested of doing their soul realignment, I have a very trustworthy and nice woman who knows a lot about it. The reason I'm talking this today here is one of the reasons that I aligned with my soul. But I'm going to explain this process as well. So after my soul realignment, I really felt good. I felt like I'm flowing with a river. Everything is like smooth. Everything is happy. And I had no idea what's going to come up from there. But from this date on, I kept on seeing 1111 absolutely every single time on my computer. Like the moment I could stand up from my computer was 1111 every single day, and it lasts. And this 1111 is not like, how do I say, let's say you see some other kind of number patterns. You just feel that something is some message is coming through you, but you don't understand it yet. So I kept on seeing 1111 constantly seeing 1111 everywhere. And I can understand that some message is coming through, but I don't understand what. Because back then I had no understanding of twin flames. I had no idea that they exist. That's why I can tell until today that a person who has never experienced twin flame connection will just tell you that this is madness, get over, move on, there are other people out there. But twin flames are not just for a love story. They are your spiritual awakening. They're catalyst for that. They're catalyst to guide you to become your higher self. That's why there are stages. That's why there are things you need to experience. So, like I said, I did my soul realignment at the end of January. I finished. Then it was February. I keep on seeing the 1111. It was March. I keep on seeing 1111. End of March, 27th of March, I ran into my twin flame. still had no idea, but still keep on seeing 1111 everywhere. And I still had, like, I had no idea what is coming up from there, that my life will, within 6 months, change completely upside down. And now we could look at pretty much like a year later that my life has completely changed. I'm doing this podcast, I'm connecting with my people, I'm connecting with my souls. I have, like, there is absolutely a different world out there. But, so 1111 was everywhere. Met my twin flame, had no idea about it, but keep on seeing my 1111. Then during the separation time, where I start to realize that this connection is just not love. There is something way beyond. Yes, I know when you are in this journey at the moment, like, you don't want to hear that this is your spiritual awakening. You literally don't want to hear, because what you want to hear is that when my twin flame is coming back, how my twin flame is coming back. I need my twin flame to come back. I need to feel this energy. I need to be in this energy. I need to have this feeling, like this. You know, it was like a little drug to you that just made you alive. You were all of a sudden alive. All of your senses were alive. All of a sudden you felt that, wow, I'm existing. I'm here. So, but at the end of the day, it is your spiritual journey. It's for your purpose. And your twin flame is the catalyst of that. And now I'm going to explain also, even though we talk about 1111, that when you don't start doing what you're supposed to do, when you do not listen to your inner voice, when you do not listen to your soul, when you do not go through the dark night of the soul, where you become vulnerable, where you become, you let your ego go, you're no longer this person, you're no longer thinking of the fact that, oh, my twin did this to me, my twin said this to me, these people are bad, these are this. When you let go of all of that, and you become one with yourself, and you realize you are the energy. I teach this on my coaching calls. I will put out as much as information as I can. But remember, you are the energy. Because that energy you felt when you met your twin flame. You felt something so divine. But now, this dark night of the soul. So if we go back, I did my soul realignment. Felt super happy, felt like, wow, everything is good, I know what I'm supposed to do in my life. Then came my twin flame, came dark night of the soul, and the darkest time of my life, where I was crying on the floor, literally like a baby, and I couldn't get up. I said, I just can't, there's no way I'm gonna get out of it. It's too much for me. When it will stop? When, please? But that's the time when you go through your dark night of the soul. And every time I have a course with my clients as well, I tell them, dark night of the soul is part of the process. You can't skip it. You can't think your way out of it. You need to surrender into that. You need to become, like I like to say it, you need to become naked. In that terms, naked. That you no longer lie to yourself. That you no longer try to be somebody else, try to like show something that you're not. And it's also your spiritual calling, which means that you start to let go of the old energy starting to come out of it. It's like a rebirth, and that process is necessary. So if you're today in this moment where everything makes you cry, where you feel like there is no end to that pain, where you feel numb, where you feel like, I can't take this no longer, then I know it's a process. And thank you for coming to listen it, because I hope it gives you some kind of comfort that there is the end. Today, the reason I can have the podcast with you and connect with you is because of that dark night of the soul. Without that pain, without that feeling hopeless, feeling like there is no end to this thing, I'm here today where I am supposed to be. But now, let's talk about when you have gone through 1111, like you have gone through the awakening, the dark night of the soul, and you have everything, but you keep on seeing the 1111. And that's another thing I always say. That's the sign from the universe. that could you please start doing what you're supposed to do, and also that you are on the journey. You are on this journey. So it's not like that you're going to meet your twin flame, or your twin flame is going to reach out to you, or you're going to have, you know, what's going to happen. 1111 is a sign from the universe. I will tell you what happened to me this weekend. But it's like a reminder for you that yes, you are on this journey and you need to wake up. I'm just going to tell you a little exercise. If you haven't yet managed to get your vibration in a high level, you can book a call with me and we can elevate your vibration in order to have a better telepathic communication with the universe and everything. There are two things what you should do. Always when you see 1111, watch your thoughts, what you are thinking, what are you feeling. Because from this 1111, you create your next reality, your next timeline. If you have negative thoughts, if you're angry, if you have anything like this, that's going to come up from there. If you're angry on your twin flame, that your twin flame left you, that your twin flame doesn't love you, that your twin flame is not there for you, you're creating a next reality that is exactly like this, that you come across with an experiences where your twin flame doesn't love you and you don't receive love. So really watch your thoughts. You create your reality with that, your energy. I'm just going to say that this is not the thoughts of the mind. It's, you know what, I don't know how many of you can feel the sound of your soul, like where your soul is trying to communicate you and trying to tell you something. But this is what is out there for, how do I say, if you listen, if you quiet the mind, you hear what your soul is telling you. And that soul also tells you the fears, insecurities, tells you everything that is holding you back of having this experience. So now, if you see the 1111, pay attention to your energy, because that's where you create the reality. But let's say now you've been on this twin flame journey quite some time, and you keep on seeing 1111. You see it because universe wants to remind you that, I will just bring up a random name. Dear Maria, you are on this journey. Please, could you please start serving the world, because I have chosen you. I can say that I can see a lot less 1111. I see other numbers, but because I can now see it from a different perspective. Prior meeting to my twin flame and on this dark night of the soul and everything, 1111 was like, how do I say, like a madness. It was everywhere. It was all the time coming through. And you know, if we think of the Matrix, if we think of the Interstellar, everything is energy. They'll send you codes, number patterns. And you need to, if you understand it, you understand what is coming to you. But when you are not awakened, you think, let's say, 1111, nice number, I make a wish. Which is not a bad idea. You can always make a wish during that time as well. But you kind of feel you're getting information. But when you're not yet awakened and your senses are not heightened, you think that you would feel like, it's like a sign from a twin flame. My twin flame is around or coming back to me. No, it's not the sign that your twin flame is coming back to you. 222, on the other hand, yes, can be. But we will continue in another episode, because 1111 is a lot to unpack. So you have to know that when you see 1111, it's your calling for your higher purpose. So if you see 1111 today and I tell you, listen, you need to start doing this, then you need to start doing that. And now I'm explaining it also why. If you want to be with your twin flame, if you want to have the union, if you want to do things together, like as a mission and everything, and the universe has decided that this is for you, 1111, let's say, is a sign that you need to do this. So let's say you're driving with a car and you're thinking about something like, I really feel that I should go and, let's say, sell these flowers in the market. But you have no connection with this market, and you have no connection with the flowers, and you don't really understand what just happened, where did you get this idea, and then you see a sign of 1111. That's the universe is saying, yes, you need to go and do this. Because if you go and do this, you unlock, like you get energy or a message from there to the next step, what you have to do. So I've spoken about this before in my podcast. I'm going to say again, you have to have an extremely open mind in this journey. So if, for example, if somebody says to you, oh, come with me to this, let's say skiing, and you are a very bad skier, and you are like, no, I don't really feel like going to ski, and I'm a bad skier. I'd rather sit at home. I don't want to come. I feel like it's not for me. One thing is when your mind, but when your soul is like saying you have to go there, and you keep on getting the signs, then it's you have to go there. This is where your next, your next, like a clue or next mission is going to be completed, and you're becoming closer to your twin flame. If you don't do what universe wants you to do, if you do not serve the world with your mission, what the universe wants you, am I saying that you need to quit your job? Am I saying you need to do completely different? No, I'm not saying that you need to quit your job. Maybe your mission is to feed the cats. Maybe it's that, like the stray cats outside, or dogs, or maybe it's like something like this. But there is a mission why universe chose you. So the more you're holding yourself back of not doing what you're supposed to do, the more universe starts to remove this in your life. They literally would take away from you. So when you see, and you're still on a twin flame journey, let's say, and you keep on seeing 1111, it's because universe is like, could you please wake up? Could you please start doing what I'm asking you to do? When you're doing what you're supposed to do, and you trust that you are on this journey, and it can be the both ways, twin flame journey or your spiritual awakening. It happens that us who have met our twin flames, it's more powerful because our soul is just not one. We have two, it's one soul, but it's split into two, so it's very powerful one. And I'm not saying, I'm saying this all over and all over again. We are very powerful with our love energy, with our healing energy, bringing this love into this world, whichever way we will do it. But we need to do it. I can see how universe is constantly communicating with me. I have to learn new things that they were not part of my plan, such as sound healing or breath work or energy channeling properly, that I know that I'm giving out enough information, not too much, because I just had a call on this weekend. And again, I want to say that those who had this weekend a call with me, they were very lucky, because I happened to be in a very magical place in top of the Olympus mountain. And we did a very powerful meditation, heart chakra opening meditations. And those who had the calls with me, their dark energies really started to fade away, because I always do a meditation for you when we're having a call. After the call, I go to meditate. I cleanse the energy. I try to unblock to really give you some relief, because I know how difficult it is. But I'm just giving you the relief. Like I'm like the painkiller in that terms, that I open it up, but you have to go through it. You can't deny it. That's why when we are on my call, I always say, do the meditation with me, follow what you're supposed to follow, and we go on from there. But you have to do the steps all by yourself. So another thing is that you have to understand, the moment you have seen 1111 all the time, your life starts to shift. It's no longer the same as it used to be. And you don't even need this to be the same. One of the things is what we really, as a humans, we got stuck into our ego of thinking, I am this, I am the mother, I am the teacher, I am this someone. I just wanna that you learn that you are no one. This is just what you built for yourself. Not no one in the sense that nobody cares about you, or like, oh, you're no one. No, you are not what you are in a way of thinking of yourself, like I'm this, I'm this. If you go to your soul self, there is the energy, and everything is energy. You are the energy, and the numbers, they hold the energy. And this is the funny thing is that I saw this another day, and Pythagoras, I might have pronounced it wrong, Pythagoras, you get it. I will try to put this in the comment, has said, God built the universe on numbers. And can you imagine, like, how long back ago was Pythagoras saying this? Pythagoras, I think. And what is this thing is that God, universe, the source, whatever you like calling. I always say, have an open mind. Call it God, call it universe, call it the source, call it the energy. It's like mathematician. That's why we see these numbers. We see 1111 prior to our spiritual awakening. Yes. And we can see this during the time we are in this journey. And I'm going to explain this, one of the things that happened to me, and I'll tell this at the end of the podcast, because I know that many of you, know me, have had a call with me, and we discussed many things. And I always explain them from my own experience, from my own feelings, how I felt everything. But then sometimes I'm like, okay, universe, you like to test me, let me test you. And then I do this telepathic communication, which I have a podcast about it. I'll try to make a second video, hopefully this week, where I'm going to really guide you step by step. Maybe it will be available only on Patreon, or we'll see. But this is how you can communicate with your twin flame, with the universe, and with everything. So 1111, again I'm going to repeat, is not a twin flame number. So let go of the idea that twin flames is a number of, like 1111 is a twin flame number. It's a number for your spiritual awakening that you need to start serving your mission. It's like the door has been opened for you. Now are you stepping into this door? Are you going to make a decision based on what brings to you? That's why often, and we have seen this many, many times, that there are two types of people who had spiritual awakening. One of those who really drastically changed their life and start serving their mission, and others who are trying to numb the pain and start drinking, taking drugs, trying to get rid of that pain. Unfortunately, I have to tell you that this pain is part of the process. This pain will not disappear. This pain will not go away with a painkiller, with somebody is telling you, oh, I'll take your pain away, you'll be fine. No. You have to go through that portal. You have to. And this portal, is it easy? No. But it will make a lot of sense to you once you go through that portal. So keep in mind that if you see 1111, it's your calling. I spoke about this already before, but I'm just going to go more now in detail. When we talk about it, how to get my twin flame back, when, I see all the signs, I have all the information, but my twin flame is not talking to me, not ignoring me, we are not in contact, it's been too long time. So, and this is something I know you don't like hearing. I know, because many of us, when we still are in the process, I know myself, if a year ago, maybe a little bit more than a year ago from now on, if somebody would have told me, you need to work on yourself, you need to unlock yourself, you need to start serving a mission, and your twin flame will come back to you, I would have said to them, what is this thing? I want my twin flame to come back. Why is he ignoring me? I didn't do anything wrong. I don't understand. It just disappeared out of the blue. And now you're telling to me I have to work on myself and become my higher self. What is this thing? Well, today, a year later, I can tell, yes. I had to make a drastic life changes in my life and follow my soul. I had to take a leap of faith, and the 1111 is also a sign of taking a leap of faith. That you look it up, you look at this number and you say, I trust you, universe. I know I'm going to do the right thing. I know you're guiding me. If you trust the universe will reward you. Whatever you want to manifest, whatever you want in your life will happen. But if you do not trust and you're still trying to solve this with a mind, it will not happen. And I know how it will not, because I always said I've been a very spiritual person all my life, but I had no trust, to be honest, because if something happened, I started fixing it with my mind. I started finding solution with my mind instead of taking a moment back and say, I trust you. I trust everything is going to be okay. Just guide me and I follow you. Now I'll do it this way. I go outside, I talk to the universe, and it sounds crazy, but you need to talk to the universe. You need to talk it out. What we often do, we don't talk. Like I'm going for a walk at nighttime or something, and I'm just talking loudly. I'm just talking what problems I have at the moment. Where do I need a little bit more help? Where do I need more guidance? And the magic starts to happen because I'm talking, I'm communicating. And I also constantly say, I trust you, universe. I know you're here with me. I know you're guiding me. I trust what you're telling to me to do. Coming back to this, like I said, this weekend, I happened to be in a very magical place. The fact that I happen to be on this island is no accident. I lived in a completely different country in the central of Europe, had an amazing life, really. My life was great, but I could keep up, like every morning I would wake up after my awakening and it tells me, you have to go there, you have to go there, you have to go there. Why? I had no idea. I had literally no idea, never been on this island, never lived here, never visited. I didn't know anything. And now when I arrived here and I realized how much Greek mythology and twin flames are combined, actually, is one of the, in a way, of the strongest proof of twin flames when we talk about that if it's written in some kind of mythology or let's say a Bible or, like spiritual books, Greek mythology has the highest, the proof of it. Hinduism, I know, has quite a strong one. I haven't tapped into so much of Buddhism, so if any of you have an overview, feel free to share with me. I know Christianity had a certain part of it. I don't know Judaism either. So you could always tell me that what is written in these books, because in these books it's actually written somehow the truth. The truth, of course, over the time has changed, because it's the same that things change in a time. But the fact that I get to be on this island and like take this energy, I can really tell that on Saturday night I was not supposed to be there again. I was kind of like feeling like, I don't know, I feel a little tired, but my soul was like, you are going there, you need to go there, you need to take this energy in order to help others. And I really listened to it. I really listened to my soul, where it's guiding me. I don't know why I have to go there. I don't know what I have to do there, but I am going. I just simply don't have answers, but I'm going. I'm trying to experience as much as possible. And I often, when I'm there, I realize, of course, that's why I'm here. So talking of that mountain, I was there. I had 3 clients calls on that day as well. I was fully charged. I could feel everything. It was so powerful. So they were very lucky to have a call with me on this day. And it was just worked. It just worked. And this week I have another very beautiful experience coming up, again with sound healing and meditation, very strong meditation. So those who want to have the calls, book yourself into Thursday, Friday. I take very limited amount of people, so really book it as quick as you can, especially for channeling. If you need the channeling, I highly would recommend to do this as soon as you can, because when I'm in the source, first of all, everything starts to move very quickly, and you kind of get this overview, like, this is where I have to go, this is what I have to do. And I'm trying to put more and more of these experiences into my healing sessions, into my this experience. But here is exactly a thing. I keep on going from back and forth, talking too much about myself, but I just like to bring an example to give you an overview what it means. Does it always mean that you have to serve the world like spiritually and with your like become a spiritual healer or yoga teacher or no, it doesn't mean that at all. What it means is that you use this energy, what universe wants you to do. Let's say you are a doctor or a nurse, and you will, and from now on, you are not only, how do I say, understanding the cause of person's sickness or cause of person feeling sick just based on the mind and the facts, but you also feel the energy and you understand that this person has, let's say, so much pain, and that's why the heart is so blocked, and there are heart issues, and there are these things. So it's more like you see it more because everything is energy. I know it's like sounds madness, and you'll be like right now, like doctor who is dealing with our health, you're putting us into the risk. Again, I'm not saying, but one of the things is we have seen this over and over and over again. Joe Dispenza talks about it, and now there is so many scientific proofs are coming out that we are energy. We are the energy. And if we take something inside of us and we don't let it go, it stays inside of us. And until we don't shift the energy, nothing will happen, because energy is the one that creates your reality. Like you say, we say thoughts create your reality, but I could say energy is the one that creates your reality. If you're in a low vibration, the low vibrational things start to happen. We feel, I'm sure that many of us, many of you who are listening, you feel when you go certain places. Like I was out on Friday night and I could feel like how I don't belong there. How I'm not part of this, because I could feel the sadness. I feel how everybody is trying to look for love, but not loving themselves, not enjoying themselves, not having this. They're just trying to find something that would give them this, but at the same time it's not giving because they don't even know how to receive it. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, wow, it's like a movie. I can feel everyone's energy. I can see everything. And it's sad because also for me, and I get a headache. I get very quickly a headache like this because it's so low vibration and it tries to pull me down. So I'm like, ooh, okay, need to go home, need to go. And that's why I had to go the next time to this hiking in Olympus in order to let go of it, in order to balance myself and heal the people I had cause with, which I'm super thankful that universe made it happen to me. So now talking of the fact that, let's go back to this 1111 and the fact that you're starting to serve your mission and you're becoming your higher self. If you are constantly seeing still 1111, like it comes to you all the time, but you haven't made any single change in your life, you do not listen what your soul is telling you, then now it's a time. When you start doing what, where, and how the soul is guiding you, the 1111 actually starts to disappear. And that turns that you will no longer see 1111, but you might start seeing 222, 444, 999, or 919. So you will start different number patterns. These patterns have also a message for you. I currently see again a lot of 222, and I'm like, okay, I get it. As my twin flame is going through the awakening and his energy is balancing, I know that this is a message that, okay, you know yourself, you are in the union, but now help him to guide it through it. So with energy, I guide it through. But now you would asking me like, yeah, I've been in this journey 2 years. I keep on seeing the 1111 and, nothing is happening. I don't hear from my twin flame. I don't believe my twin flame is waking up. And this is, again, another thing. Your twin flame is never separated from you. Your twin flame is always with you, always is with you. If you become a higher vibrational being, you can ask anything you wish, everything. That's why for me, when we do the calls, and I know that there are different twin flame coaches out there, I am giving you everything I experienced and why it was so important for me. And that's why I say, if it resonates with you, that means I am your guide. If it doesn't, it's all right too. Because we need to find what works for us. That's why I'm putting the information out there for free and everything, in order for you to connect with your soul and see, oh, I feel I have to do this. This resonates with me. This is something I need to be part of it. What happens is that when we focus on our twin flame and we are not focusing on ourselves, we don't change our energy, we don't change our reality, and we are trying to make them to come back to you to make you feel alive again. But this is not how it works. It works when you become alive with yourself, with your energy, and you start serving your higher purpose. That is the moment where everything starts to make sense to you. So this is what I could today talk about 1111 and how your twin flame can come back to you, or your spiritual awakening. So I know that in a way, if you have any other questions, just leave them down in the comments, that we could pick it up, this subject, another day. I just would like to clarify that every single time you see 1111, it's not a sign from you, from the twin flame, it's a sign from the universe that yes, you are on this path, yes. And you can ask this differently, and I'm going to tell you now a story, which I've been holding on to. So last week, I believe I always say I take 2 clients per day, but sometimes some of you have an emergency and you feel like, I need to talk to someone, I need to get out of my head, I need to calm down. So I had more calls than I normally take in, and I felt, and all of a sudden I could feel, because I get your energy as well. So I get your energy, and the doubt starts to come in that maybe I'm crazy. Maybe these things are not real. And so, but even though I get these thoughts, but I know I get them actually from channeling your energies and being in your energy, I did a little test, because I was like, okay, universe, you like testing me, I will test you. Although universe is always more powerful, I'm just going to tell you that. And I think it was Thursday. I finished the calls and had very beautiful calls with my clients, and I said to myself, like, universe, if I'm really on this twin flame journey, if I'm really the one who is channeling the energies, and really tell if my twin... I asked, actually, the first thing I was asked was, tell me really if I am on this, like my twin flame is really my twin flame, in order for me to know that this is not madness. And I know this energy came because I was channeling all of you and I got it. But I just kind of felt like I'm going to test it. And I've spoken about this a lot, how I do it. So you go into the meditation, you close your eyes, you feel it. You feel this question. You feel it with every single cell of yours. And then you say, give me a sign. Sometimes you do not need to ask exact sign. Sometimes you can ask the sign. And I didn't ask exact things. I was just like, give me the sign. So I forget about it. You always have to forget about it. You can't start searching for it. You can't start expecting for it. If it's not a time, if it's not right, it's fine. And it happened to Friday, happened to come up, and we had planned that we are going out with the girls, and I met here a very nice woman who is doing our moon dance and balancing the feminine energies and the yoga and all of that. And we met here by accident because our sons started to play very well together, and now we are very good friends. And we were invited to her place, which was not actually part of the plan. So here's another thing. We were not supposed to go to her place. We were supposed to go out immediately and not to go to anyone's place. But since something just happened and she said, come to my place first, and then we go out. And I went to her place. She's very spiritual, so she has a lot of spiritual things in her house. And, I didn't understand it. Like, in a way of, I didn't seek for the answers at all. Didn't even know about it. I actually completely forgot that I asked from the universe. And we had a great time, and eventually we decided, let's go out. And here is a funny thing. When I entered the apartment, I didn't notice it. And when I came out of the apartment, I look at the number of an apartment, and it's 11. Like, it was 111. Yeah, 111. And I looked at her and I said, wow, 1111. And she looked at me and said, yeah. And I was like, okay, universe, I got your message. I got your message why I had to be on there on that night. And yes, I am on this journey. And yes, I have this, like now I mean, it's not even that I don't trust. It sounds so crazy. It's not that I don't trust. It's just sometimes I'm like, when I feel all of your energies, I'm like, I understand where it comes from because I've been there. I've been there where I don't believe any of this thing. And now I really truly believe, but when I keep on talking and hearing the stories and hearing the number patterns, and I get a lot of information and a lot of downloads, I'm like, this is madness. This is not real. But the more and more we experience, we're realizing this is real. And that's why I wanted to talk today about 1111. If you want to know that you are on this journey, ask a specific question telepathically. I have the telepathic communication podcast, but also like you sit down, you're in a quiet environment, you close your eyes, you go into the meditation, you take like 5 deep breaths to calm down your mind. And once you are in this, you start feeling the question you really want to ask, and then the sign comes along with it. If you get the sign, then you have to be like this. Okay, universe, I trust you. Now show me what I have to do, and I will do. If you do not do, the universe realizing, well, let's go back to the first lesson, and let's start over again. The more you trust, the more you follow the signs, the more like the things start to happen so much faster for you. So that's why, again, I'm going to repeat, becoming your higher self, opening your chakras, and connecting with your higher self is really necessary in this journey. Without this, like I've spoken about this before, let's say you're detaching from your twin flame, you're not talking to your twin flame, you're blocking, or you're just watching tarot and you're expecting things to happen. No. Tarot reading, blocking your twin flame and deleting them is one of the ways of taking your attention away from your twin and going within, and you need to follow the steps. Yes, I was in no contact with my twin flames about 4 months, and I do believe that it's necessary because on that moment you start realizing and seeing who you really are. It will not come without that. So if you see 1111 and you still haven't started, here is your sign today that you need to get started. Well, I hope it gave you some kind of a light today and some kind of comfort. I know the episodes should come out on Sundays and so on. Just because there has been so many things happening, I keep on being delayed about things. I'm really sorry about it. So the next, we'll definitely have 2 other episodes this week. So please feel to subscribe, like, comment, share your insights with me. Always share it, because your downloads, your wisdom, your feedback is more than welcome, and even if it doesn't align with me. So don't feel bad about it if it doesn't go with me. Next thing is I'm just going to go through certain of things in order to know. This Sunday, 27th of August, we'll have another group call on Patreon. You can watch the previous Patreon calls at the moment on Patreon already. The link is in bio. I want to say a huge thank you for those who have become my Patreons, because thankfully for that, I managed to do a website, pay for the website, and also set the booking up and all of that. And that's amazing, because it's thanks to you, for you. But those who's joining the Patreon, you have 2 calls per month where you can join in. You don't have to speak a single word if you're not ready for it. You can just listen. You can just listen live call, which tells you what to do. I believe that this time we're exactly going to talk about the number of 1111 and your mission, because we're going to elevate your energy in there. So we're going to come together to realize what is your mission, what you're supposed to do, and what did your twin flame tell you when you were on this process. So the link is in bio if you really want to join and support this channel. I'd be more than happy, honestly, as that takes a lot of, the 3D stress away from me in order to think about it, how to finance, let's say, the website or certain things like this, or also that I can connect with all of you, because the bookings are getting filled very quickly, and I know that there's already, I think 2 weeks are pretty much booked. If you can, book it as quickly as you can, because like I said, this Thursday and Friday I'll be in a very magical place where you could feel and shift your energy with me. From September and October, I really, really hope that we can start doing the breathwork classes together. We can do the sound healing classes together. So there are many things that are coming up, and they will be free for the Patreon members, in that terms that they only pay the membership and they can join in anytime they want. And with others, I will figure it out. I don't know if it goes exactly out on YouTube and Spotify, because we will see. We take one step at a time, but I just wanted to say that these things are coming because I know how powerful they are. They did a magic to me, and I want you to become a higher self. My biggest mission is to help you to become your higher self. Whatever I tell you, whatever I guide you, I want you to be you. Regardless how hard it is for you to accept this today, I want you to be you. Then another thing is, I've spoken about this as well. I know when you're going through the hell in your dark night of the soul, where your life falls apart, where your finances are falling apart and things are happening, at the end of each month, one of my Patreon call will have 1 hour consultation call with me for free. So I pick up one of a person and I send a message saying, thank you for being my Patreon. I will offer you this call if you're interested, that I give you some kind of relief and guide you what you have to do next. So that's also the benefit of Patreon. Other thing is, the website is up, www.twinflameawakeningjourney.com. There is a booking options. I'm trying to start blogging more to give an overview in details what I'm talking on the podcast. You can join the newsletter, which I'm also sending out at least once a week when something comes up, in order to guide you again. We are Leo new moon right now, which is growing, and we are entering into the full moon on 1st of September. And that's another energetic time. So it's good to keep up with what are the energies out there and what you should feel. Remember, everything is energy, and so are you. So if you do not shift your energy, if you do not start doing what you're supposed to do with your energy, the chances of twin flame union are not possible. But shift your energy, become your higher self, and watch the magic happen. You can listen to all the other episodes to realize what I'm talking about and what I'm sharing about. So yeah, that was it for today. I hope it gave you some kind of understanding what is happening with these numbers in your life and what the universe tries to tell you. I'm going to definitely talk about in details about other numbers, so make sure to like, subscribe, comment, follow. These things matter so much to me because I just feel I'm connecting with you more and more and more. Well, I hope you like this episode, and I hope to see you soon here for the next guest post. So feel free to share your story if you wish to have some overview. It's twinflameawakeningjourney@gmail.com. Share your story with me, and your story might be in the next episode. Lots of love and light.